Welcome to Blake Street Banter. One of us knows what the word banter means. The other two are just along for the ride. Tyler, say what's up.
What's going on?
And we are joined by Dugan Darnell, Double D himself, 5 years in a row. We are here doing the thing. What up, Dukes?
What's going on? Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for continuing to be the guest of, again, this is just my favorite time of the year. This is like when it's like, all right, baseball season's here. Dugan Darnell's on the pod. We're ready to go. It's time to run it.
That's right. It's my pleasure.
Yeah, love it. How's camp going? How's it feel? You got that first dub under your belt in game one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a great experience. Spring training's phenomenal time. A time where we get to work on our fundamentals, really build a base. To be able to continue to build on for the rest of the season. The first game, it's like you look around, there's a shared appreciation with the fans, the players, the coaches that like you said, baseball's back, Nice.
Yeah. So is there still giddiness in the old vets? As you're around, is Kyle Freeland still ready to go? Herman, the whole crew?
Yep. Very much so. And, that's how you can kind of tell, that they're around for a reason, just because they love the game just as much, if not more, than everybody else in the clubhouse. So it's almost magical, for everybody involved. I coming from Michigan, it's very nice to be in the warm weather.
Definitely jealous.
Weather and just be back in the baseball environment. It's just. I feel very blessed and lucky every day that I'm able to, show up to the complex and just, do what I want to do what I need to do to work to improve, to be the best that I can be for, whatever might come, in the next 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. I mean, to be fair, Michigan hit 40 today. It was a heat wave. I saw there's kids running around in shirts and shorts today.
Yep.
It was a beautiful sight.
We'd be playing wiffle ball or backyard football or something, that's 40 degrees at this time of year. It's summer.
Yeah, the sun was out. It was funny. I was like, all right, we're good. We don't need a jacket. Let's just go around town and do our thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, let's go back to that appearance in game one. You're a non-roster invite, so it's kind of weird seeing Dugan Darnell on there when you have all these other guys on there. And then here we are getting the dub on the game one. Were you expected to be the 8-9 guy just in case, or just hey, Dukes, you're up?
Yeah, it's just they don't tell me anything. It's just very much like the season. Just if you got a jersey on, be ready to pitch in any moment, in any part of the game. So that's exactly where my mind's at. Every time I get to put on a jersey in these Major League Spring Training games, I'm just kind of ready innings 1 through 9, and whenever I get my name called, I'm going to go out there and give it everything I got. And it was a fun day for sure. But I deserve a lot of props to my teammates. They played a great game. They played hard. They played the right way, and I just got my 3 outs at the right time.
And you hit 96.5, which I feel like this time of year is a little. That's like gassing it up. Was that kind of amp for the first outing, or are you just feeling kind of jacked up this year?
I take a lot of pride in the work and the research that I did this off season. I went to Tread Athletics right at the end of the year, kind of used that information. The facility I usually go to got a big revamp, so was able to use a lot more technology just to basically kind of hone in that delivery and raise the floor on a lot of my pitches. So I take a lot of pride in my preparation, and we're in a good spot right now.
What can you tell us? What was some of the science? What was the stuff that you're looking at that kind of I should have known that 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Anything like that?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I found out was stuff that, the Rockies coaches and I have been talking about for a couple years now. So nothing that was whoa, like a crazy eye-opening experience, but just a couple drills here and there, and really, really hyper focused on things like hip shoulder separation, on things like, being able to be on time when my foot strikes, and just to be very consistent at it. Because these are things that, like in my past, I was able to get up to 97, 98. So I'm able to do it now. For me, it's being able to do it more consistently. So that's basically what I was trying to get into, was just being able to find what, that consistent feel. What does it feel like to throw each pitch the proper way in the proper locations, and how can I repeat that as much as humanly possible?
Is that hard? Like, once it's like new, like how easy is it to make it consistent?
Like anything, with reps and time, it comes, and it's definitely not easy by any means. But with reps, with time, with consistency, I think consistency is the biggest part, because you can do it one day, maybe you can do it another day, but you need to be able to do it every single day, and every single rep. So yes, it's hard, but the more you work at it, the more you kind of callous your mind, and the more you kind of get into a spot where you can be consistent, and kind of block out the external factors.
Mm-hmm. Are you ever just walking around the apartment or the house or whatever with the fiance, like just practicing this new consistent thing?
No,
nothing crazy like that. Okay.
Got to keep work at work, and
gotta have boundaries. That's huge.
Right.
That is important. Honestly, it is important. But Isaac in the chat noticed that the 19 IVB on the fastball too, pretty insane. Is that something that you are aware of, that you watch or keep track of, like any of those kind of numbers like that?
Yeah, I don't go hog wild with that kind of stuff, but it is kind of nice to look at it and kind of match real versus feel. What I'm feeling versus what is actually happening. And yeah, I've known that I've had a lot of vertical break on my fastballs. Away from elevation, I get a lot more vertical break than in elevation. But it does help me a lot, especially at the top of the zone.
Yeah, that plays. That makes sense. So you're feeling good. We're ready for 2025. But you have to go back to your roots, right? Like Adrian College is where it began. I saw there was this first pitch thing, which I know a lot of schools do. It's kind of like a fundraiser type thing, at least around the schools around here. But was this the first time Adrian's done it? Is this the first time you've done it? Can you explain to us what it is all about? And what that experience was like?
Yeah, it was great. It was Adrian College's first pitch dinner, and it was a great success. There was about 400 people there. It's more or less like a banquet to start off the season.
Okay.
And they get past players, present players, alumni, sponsors. They get a lot of anybody who's affiliated with the program, basically. And I was given the opportunity, myself and one of my good buddies who was in the class, I think right before me. He played, I think 5 or 6 years with the Cardinals organization. So him and I were able to get about 10 minutes apiece, and just kind of, just talk about our experiences at Adrian, and what kind of habits made us successful there. Good memories there, what pro ball life is like, good habits in pro ball, good memories in pro ball, so then there was a little Q&A at the end. So it was good. It was good for me to kind of be back in that environment, back to my roots, like you said, and and get a little bit of self-reflection going, and really understand your whys. Everybody has a why, why they want to play, why they want to get better, all these all those things. It was good for me to kind of reflect on myself, and kind of check myself, and really understand why I want to play and why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, taking that step back and reflecting on that is huge, and then just being given that opportunity to share that with kids and everybody else around, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Did you go stand at the hot corner once you were back on campus? Like, make it take some grounders again?
I did not, but I did go to the field. And,
Yeah.
A couple of my buddies. We went to the field just to kind of take in the memories, and it wasn't long, just a quick stop, and then my fiance and I had to head back. But it was really nice to be back in that environment, see all my coaches and a couple of my close friends.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I feel like the message for some of those guys has got to be, just transition to the bullpen. Things might work out.
Yeah, right. No, it's basically, leave no stone unturned. Was basically my my message. And I had a little message to the seniors too. Gave them a little anecdote of my story. Going into Chicago and having that office job and having these what ifs kind of cloud my mind, kind of haunt me of like, what if I started pitching earlier? What if I, worked at a little bit harder in my senior year? And I couldn't do anything about it. I was, in my business job, working away, whatever. And then I got a call 2 or 3 days later or whatever. And it was like, that's my motivation. That's one of my whys, is like, I don't want any what ifs when this is all said and done. I want to give everything I got every day so that whenever that time comes, I don't have any regrets. And that was kind of like my message to the seniors. Like, when it, we all can't play forever. Whenever that time comes for you, just make sure that, when you look back, you don't want to go back. You can appreciate, what you did and be proud of it and know that you did everything you had. You put it all out there. So that's all we can do as players.
Yeah. And like on top of that, we talked to Chris Forbes this offseason and we talked about you specifically. He's like, I don't know what Dugan Darnell's doing right now, but I know that man's working his ass off right now and he's putting in the work, and there's just nobody quite like Dugan, how he fights for himself, and once he has it, he does his thing. So the higher ups in the office, in the front office, are definitely recognizing all that hard work there too. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just a huge piece of who you are, like your character. Like, I mean, you've been doing this with us jabronis for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, yeah, there's something about you and your words and that kind of stuff. So it's always nice. Again, like we keep talking to you all and your players, and it is fun to like recognize that you are real people and you know what it is to start from the bottom and now you're here type mentality, and it's awesome. And I love that you're able to share that with other people too.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, enough about you. So you're at spring training, right? Who's kind of stood out to you? Like you've been playing games for a weekish, right? And then you've been down there for a few weeks in total. Who's kind of stood out to you? Like, okay, I recognize this guy's game now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question. Like you hear, I mean, it's real. The talent with it, we're chalked to the teeth with talent. We are very full. There's a lot of talent, pitching, fielding, hitting, all parts of it. So, it's actually extremely nice for me, being able to just watch such high level baseball, and be a part of it. It's kind of a motivator for me because, I see my teammates, balling out, and I want to be right there with them. So, it's it's good. It creates competitive environment internally, which, as we all know, if there's a good internal competitiveness, then that creates, a better team, which and then, in turn will be better against other teams. But I guess back to your question, a couple players that stand out for me. I don't know. Like I said, man, I've been very impressed with Luis Peralta. I mean, he is he's impressed. I mean, he's going right after hitters, strike one, strike two, strike three, next guy, and it's like, it's cool to watch, and it's good for me, to see that, because it's a motivator for me. That's what I want to do. In terms of fielding, I mean, Brenton Doyle's always, extremely electric to watch. Ezekiel Tovar making some crazy plays that, I'm in the bullpen looking around like, no way that just happened, and then I guess younger guys. I mean, the younger guys like Karros is making great plays. Carrig, a lot of these guys, young talent, and you hear it all the time, but it's real. I'm watching it with my own eyes. It's real. There's a lot of talent that people don't even know about yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, that's something we harp on a lot. And, really, it's like a snowball effect when you get all these guys coming in, kind of what you're saying, pushes everyone to be better. But then also you go out there on the field, and it just makes it a little harder for a pitcher to face a lineup with 9 guys strong instead of having a weaker bottom. So, you get all that talent in the same room, and it makes things happen a little bit faster than just getting one guy in the room. So,
and you see it. I mean, there's minor league teams winning, and winning consistently. And I've been a part of a few of those teams, and that talent's coming up, and then there's teams below me that are extremely talented, so it's almost like just a waiting game at this point. It feels like a waiting game, because you look around, there's so much talent at each position, including, I'm talking about all 9 positions. And, like I said, it's just like, talent is inevitable. Sorry. But talent is inevitable. And that's the kind of mindset I guess we all have, is like, if we go out and play our game, nobody can mess with us, and it's like I said, man, it's just a matter of time before, success follows, and the world sees exactly how much talent there is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's from top to bottom. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. And the fact that you're seeing it in the clubhouse too, that speaks a lot. Brian's got a question in the chat. What are the spring training facilities like?
I think we might have the nicest spring training facility in all of baseball.
Yeah.
I'm biased because it's the only one I've seen, like, up close. But everybody, all the older guys that come through that have been a part of other organizations, all say the same thing. And I mean, like, you see how nice the fields are, how nice the stadium is, how nice the locker room is, the lunchroom, the training rooms, all of, the facilities are, you can't ask for anything better. It's top of the line, in my opinion.
Like, the Rocky side is better than the Diamondback side, right?
Don't know that, but sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's our headline. Got it. This leads into another question about another player, Andrew Evans. Truly hope we can see healthy Veen among all the members of the organization. I mean, Veen, you've got a chance to play with Veen a few times. When healthy, that man is a beast. Yep. But you know where this question's going. What are your thoughts on the bat flip, and how was the dugout when that happened? Because that was insane.
In the dugout, but Veen's a close friend of mine, and he is one of the most electric players in the game. He's good for the game. He plays freely. He plays with heart and hustle, and sometimes he does stuff that's just like, there's no way that's the same person, but he's an absolutely electric player. He brings that vibe to the clubhouse, to the team. He's the guy that, definition of play to be great. He's not worried about, falling on his face. He's worried about doing something cool. So that is, it's contagious, and it's good, and it's really good for the team.
Yeah, that's every time I watch Veen, everything you just said is why I watch Veen. Like, there is just something about him.
Yeah.
Whether he's at the plate, on the base, out in right field, left field, whatever, he's about to do something incredible. and it's going to be electric, and there's going to be a little bit of swag to it, and it's going to be totally worth it.
And he's a great teammate too. He genuinely cares about his teammates. You know, and I don't think there's any one teammate that'll tell you that anything different. You know, he's gonna be special.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him and just be healthy. Like, I would love to see 150, 160 game season from Zach Fiend. Like, he's one I'm watching very closely.
And can you give us an insider report on what color his hair is right now? Sounds like it's changing every day.
No comment.
No comment.
We'll see it out there.
Too hard to keep up with. All right, we'll get you out of here. Final question. Starting to run out of these kind of questions. We keep doing this too much, but go to C-Store snack. You're going on a road trip. Let's say you're going east side to Chicago. You have a cute little couples getaway in Chicago. You're stopping at the gas station on the way. What are you grabbing at the gas station?
What?
Go to snacks.
Go to snacks. Wow. From a gas station. Okay. I would have to say, have I already eaten?
10 o'clock in the morning. It's you, so it's full breakfast. You got a full breakfast. You're getting there for dinner. You got the time change.
Okay. All right. Well, anytime I go to a gas station, I got to get a body armor. So I'm going to get a body armor for sure. Snacks wise, I usually go with candy. So 10 in the morning kind of throws that off, but I'll grab some Sour Patch Kids, maybe, and maybe some, if I'm feeling chips, I'll do Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I usually don't do a whole lot of snacks though from gas stations.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm not a snack guy. We asked, was it Chase and Austin Eminer, Chase Dolander and Austin Eminer, and they both went Nerd Clusters. I don't know if you're on the Nerd Cluster game.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, I'm a Sour Patch Kids guy, and I like Skittles. I also like I like my candy.
Yeah, that's why we don't stop at the gas station on the road trips, because otherwise it gets out of hand.
That's why we don't, because I don't have much control with that one.
It gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Dukes, I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thank you for doing this again with us. And we got you on our end. We'll keep watching, keep rooting for you, keep doing your thing, man.
I appreciate the time, and wish you guys best of luck.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, keep killing it.
Thank you.